It's like race cars in the background. That feels very full moon in Gemini for some reason. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know where they're going. I don't know where they're going. Hello. We are in the midst of Gemini full moon since our Gemini Sag eclipse series. And so here we are, right in the midst of what we're at this point anticipating this square between Mercury and Chiron. And then the moon's going to do a cute little trine to Jupiter. So it's an interesting day. It's sort of maybe a revelation day of sorts, especially since Chiron too is about to station direct tomorrow. So this conversation,
and Venus retrograde tomorrow.
And Venus, yes, Venus will station retrograde. Chiron will station direct. And so this is sort of Chiron's last note before finishing, before moving forward and allowing us to do the same, hopefully. Right?
Yes.
So I think there's, I see a lot of, like, we're celebrating. Absolutely. We're finally out of this eclipse season. And we have not had a full moon in this sign in 2 years. So what a nice kind of, again, like, set of revelations, perhaps. We're like, okay, so this makes a little more sense now.
Yeah.
I have a little more information about what the sign means to me, what directions I feel called to move in, what choices I'm feeling called to make, especially since it's Gemini and it's all about information and sort of figuring out how it impacts us. How does information shape us? What do we do with that information? Where do we go? So yeah. So this one's in my 6th house. I am very sleepy today. Like,
oh my God.
Right? This has been a long 18 months over here.
Yes.
For my little 6th house, 12th house. My 12th house chart ruler, Saturn.
Yeah.
Sagittarius taking a beating. So it's been an interesting time of getting in touch with my body, understanding the stories in my body. And for you, Vanessa, this has been in your 11th and 5th houses. So a little different. That's actually where the nodes are shifting next for me. So that's
oh, really? Oh,
yeah, absolutely.
Yes,
I think opposite to you, because the North node will be in my 5th house. But what sort of, tell us a little bit about how you're feeling.
Yeah, no, I mean, yes.
This set of eclipses has also been on both of our Chirons. I know. So yeah. Yeah. What is that part of your chart feeling like?
Yeah, no, I'm sleepy. I totally feel you. Yeah. What I think is just personally about this full moon is that it's not really affecting any of my personal planets, not even like Saturn. Saturn's the only one that's in the 20s, but it's in Sagittarius and Gemini, so it's like it's an inconjunct and like, it's semi-sextile. So it's not, but I'm feeling it in like what you said, it's the end of I think it's the end of the nodal shifts. So it's just like, I'm so tired.
Yeah, it's just
I'm so tired. How much more do I have to learn? Like, it's just like,
I mean, but I feel like that's the nice feeling of this moon, is that we're so tired, and these lunations, the series of Gemini Sag lunations, have been a lot for the last 18 months. But I love the last full moon of the year. It's like, okay, what did we learn? Like, it is, it is kind of like, what did we learn? And like, what?
Yeah.
Now I can sleep. Can I sleep now? I sleep now because I learned things.
Right. And this is immutable signs. These aren't signs that can take things for long periods of time. So it's like 18 months of a nodal shift in mutable signs is like, okay, so we learned it. and we're gonna learn it again. We're gonna learn something else, and we're like doing this for a year and a half. like wait a single week. Then they finish it. Wait, but I want to say something. Maybe I want to. And with Sagittarius right now, it's like, well, I want to express it now. Let's express it. But there's more to learn. Why is there more to learn? What else is there? And like for me, I feel like the moon, the 11th in Gemini, is that hyper focus of, you know, like the details of the future, I guess, you know, my hopes and dreams, but in terms of what, right, love, like, God, like, but like in terms of my hopes and dreams, you know, it's like I feel like when we're in the first 6 signs, it's more of that personal feeling of like, you know, Gemini, I'm learning something. It's not necessarily out to the public, like the second set of the signs, you know? So I feel like it's harder to handle those for such a long period of time, because a lot of us are at an age where we're not in elementary school anymore. Right? We're at an age where we want to be out, you know, or we want to like have our careers set, or we want to have our beliefs set, or we want to, you know, be able to forge relationships that are not just on business ties. We're also like, you know, have enough relaxation that we can just hang with friends. You know, like there's things that we want that are more external. So when we stay so long in these like first 6 signs, it's like, the eclipses can just kind of wear us down, I think. It's like, gosh, this is so much time going over things that I probably should have known for a long time, right? There's like all of these things that you're like, wow. I mean, even you know, in education, but also just about yourself, where you're just like, how old am I? Why did I just learn that now? About myself.
Yeah, like others. Today I learned really being like
it's like I knew that.
Higher transit.
Did I know that? Like,
did I like
actually know that?
Didn't I learn that? And like, what did I learn instead? And like, like what? Yeah.
And there's this quick turnover. I feel that pressure, that capitalistic pressure, right? Once you learn it, now you have to teach it. And that's so the Sagittarius,
right? Cap, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's what yes, absolutely.
Yeah, like I can't, like, for me to just intake this and for me just to have it for myself is not enough. I have to present and show it to the world, and then also somehow maybe make money off of it, or at least gain some fame from it, or something. There's an exchange somewhere, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like with the eclipses, because we're learning so much, it's almost like, it's in a short period of time comparatively to when we were, you know, in school, like actively learning consistently, right? 18 months in terms of Gemini and Sagittarius, right?
School.
And you're back at school. You know, the 22-year long like stretch of school, right? And it's like we have to learn so much that it's like, it's almost like probably every single thing you say, you like, the more you learn, the more there is to actually say about it. So it's like, whoa, wait, when do I stop learning this? When is this something that I just get now and I've mastered it, like a Sagittarius wisdom? I've had my experience with it. I didn't just learn it, you know, in a book. I like actually experienced it.
Yeah.
And how now can I, you know, express that and out to the world? And so I think that's kind of like also just sort of refined what it is that we say in terms of like how much I want to express that to others. You know, do we want to then become those people, like a broadcaster, or stand on a soapbox, right? How many times, you know, like I've learned something, and so now I'm going to do a whole, you know, 12-part series on like, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, it's like that too. You know, like your voice gets swallowed up in the millions of other voices, and then you realize your insignificance again, and you go back to learning something. Like, it's so interesting.
I mean, this is making me think. Someone on Instagram, actually, they just left Instagram. Shadow Femme just posted something or shared in their newsletter recently, kind of this like message they had received from their guides, which was like, I just got this message that like all Sag energy is colonizer energy. Like, sorry. And like, I feel like y'all Sages can take it. And I like died a little inside. And I've been thinking about it a lot ever since. But you are highlighting so much of how we have sort of abused knowledge, and like what you pointed out a minute ago about the capitalization of it. I've learned this, now I have to make something out of it.
Yes.
And like that is literally like that is what we do. And we all have these like pyramid schemes of like, let me take you, like I learned something and then like I'm gonna charge you $1,000 and now you will learn it and then you go teach someone. And we saw this with like yoga and like Reiki and all of these healing arts, very Sagittarian kind of shit. Like, you know, and we're all kind of out here like, I'm learning this stuff and it is very helpful and I need this to help, you know, like this is helpful to me as a human. So it's not a lie, but what are we doing? What are we doing? And that's
everything's hooked up to something else.
Yes, exactly. Everything is hooked up to something else. And when are we learning for the sake of learning and just to be enlightened people and to whatever enlightened means at this point. But like to be
more conscious,
better,
more, like you understand
broader,
things at a deeper level. Like
more conscious.
Because you want to connect on a deeper level.
Right. Like, so not to sell something, not to or not to take advantage of someone, right? For knowledge. Which is what we've been taught by the education system, which is what we saw in this 18 months as well. All of the colleges accepting bribes for whatever.
It's also the selling of a purpose. It's the selling of a purpose. One more time. It's this, like, that's what you're selling, a purpose.
Yeah.
You know, and purpose. That somehow your purpose is always contingent or always hooked to your career and your, you know, monetary growth and wealth.
Yes, absolutely.
Right. And that, I mean, it's not, I mean, I think that purpose is so individual, but also so broad. Like, what does that mean, your purpose? You know, like I feel that, you know, there's plenty of, you know, parents that would say once they had a child, that became their purpose. But before that, they may have had a different purpose. Or maybe you've, you know, graduated something and now something else is your purpose.
Yeah.
But I think that's also
recycles.
Exactly. Right. But I think that's super interesting with this Sagittarius being the south node of this.
Yeah.
And it's more so going on that quality of, are you doing this to be more of that sophist or somebody that just parrots? Right? Mm-hmm. You're just parroting wisdom. You're parroting wisdom. You know, it's like, and maybe not peddling it as your own, that Sagittarian, you know, I've gone this direction and now I'm coming back to bring back the riches of what I've discovered. Right? But Gemini being the north node is like, hang on a minute. Okay. I went back and I also read XYZ. And I would like to now communicate about why you just told this part of it and not this part of it. And then like the South Node's like, listen, they gave me the thing to read, okay? And I believed in the thing, and so I said the thing, okay? So I don't know what your thing is.
But they agreed upon it. They agreed upon this story and I read it. All right. Yeah, absolutely. That is very yeah. So here we are. I feel like, you know, you keep talking about the South Node and Sagittarius, and we've done so much unlearning. There's been unlearning to learn. And that's part of what has been so frustrating and why Alexis is like, no more learning. Because it's been double time learning. To unlearn and to learn at the same time is exhausting. What is that? Why are we?
What is that?
We act like that's normal. We are acting like that's normal, and like that's not a normal. No, so we've been activated in double time, so it's entirely exhausting, and we've had to create new narratives. We've had to go through several truths that are not true, that we're deeply bound to in many ways, and we've had to unwind all of those. And really, this full moon kind of feels like the acknowledgement of, okay, we don't yet have truth. Or like we're definitely not there.
Yes.
We're still figuring out the details. Please hold. Hold music. And then, but we are certainly much in a Sag way, sort of freer than we were within the sort of constraints of those narratives or stories. And we see that culturally. I'm shuffling tarot cards here. We see that culturally where, you know, we are free of, we keep saying this, like many of these statues are gone. Like these colonizer statues have been taken down. We are, what's being taught about the shaping of our country is under hot debate right now.
Hot debate.
And Florida's going to make it so that you can sue if anyone's taught critical race theory. So we're clearly not at a place of truth yet. Like, we're clearly not at a place where we agree on the facts.
I agree with that.
But many of us are learning to separate these things, to separate, as you said, our quest for experience and for knowledge and what we feel called or pressured to turn that into. We are separating ourselves from the stories of our culture that we thought we had to be in order to like fit in and succeed here. We're in the midst of like the great quitting, like the great quit of 2021.
The great
more
quit.
Strikes than we've seen in years. Like there's a lot up in the air, right? There's still not a singular truth. There's still not a right that has been sort of established or developed.
Yes.
So many truths existing at once, and take your pick by the day, by the moment. And that feels kind of like the call of Gemini. Like, I like thinking about, I wonder where the Lovers is in here. I wonder if we'll pull that today. But I love thinking about the idea of the Lovers and like always calling yourself back. You're like, I am out here being this, being shaped by the world, being this person of this realm. But I'm also still a spirit. Like, I'm still a spirit. I'm still a soul who came here to be a soul. Like, I actually don't give a crap about like half of stuff. And so we're always calling ourselves back. We're always going out there, experiencing, being shaped, and then coming home and saying, okay, so what does this all mean? What do I do with all of this? And that is absolutely the invitation of like, choose truth day to day. And like, what is your truth today? Like, who is your truth today? I love that. Definitely undoing the cement of some of the former truths.
Yeah.
Right. And now things are fluid once again. No.
I love it.
Sorry, all my Pisces is like, poetry now, please.
You know, right?
It's fluid once again, and we'll reshape and take new forms.
Can you visualize it? Can you see it?
Can you see it now?
Can you see it?
You didn't know it, but we're doing hypnosis right now.
I know. Well, and also being the full moon, I mean, along with being what we've been dealing with, the North and South nodes, the full moon is asking, you know, for these feelings of Gemini to be integrated into the direction of Sagittarius. So it's Sagittarius is saying, I see your qualities and I see that I need to integrate them into my life right now. And so Gemini asks Sagittarius, yes. Gemini asks Sagittarius, like, listen, I am all about the future. I am all about, you know, living in, you know, the vision of wherever you're going, whatever you're doing, and having the experience that you want to have and moving forward and really getting a taste of the things that you wouldn't know otherwise if you didn't make the choice to go out and get them. Yeah. But can you also integrate questions? Can you integrate conversation for conversation's sake and not just for, you know, impressing or communicating optimism or exactly, selling. Yeah. Can we you know, have more of a topical fun, a surface fun? Can we get to know, you know, the little things instead of always the big things, right? Because Gemini moon is also incredibly anxious and nervous. It's a mercurial moon. So when you get, like, when you're with a Sagittarius Jupiter, you know, and like it's going, but we can go that way. And Gemini's like, hang on, like, I mean, we can. I mean, technically, I guess in theory, but like, but as I break this down and I break that down and I break this, because it's an incredibly intelligent moon. It's a fast moon. Yeah. You know, so Sagittarius needs to have its room to move while Gemini is running circles around it, looking for all of the facts around it, you know? So I think it's like kind of integrating that into Sagittarius. And I think that's pretty interesting coming from the North node to the South node of saying, this is the destiny anyways. The destiny is to say we're moving forward and discovering all these new things, but we also want to categorize, we want to look through it, we want to ask questions, we want to be involved in a more topical level. We want to understand things that are quick and fast moving and fast paced. We want to, you know, what are your political issues? What are your, you know, what's the teen scene like? You know, what's the, you know, like the things that are just more peers, more neighborhoods, you know, and not so what's the next thing and what's the next thing and what's the next thing. Like Sagittarius is always the next thing. Once you get one thing, you always have to go to the next thing. And Gemini is like, let's get to know this thing here. Let's get to know this.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very true. And that's interesting for a Gemini full moon being at the end of the year, being this sort of like, we are, but I think simultaneously looking forward to what comes next. It's like, oh my God, a new year, I get to start. And at the same time, already sort of mourning the bits of sand left in the hourglass of this time. It's like, oh God, like this moment right here. Like,
exactly. Oh, it's always FOMO. It's always FOMO. Always.
And yeah, that Gemini question of like, where are we go? Like, where should I go next year? Like, what should we do? And Sagittarius going to be like, I don't know. Dream big.
Anything. Like, what do you mean anything?
Some intentions. And then see what sticks. I don't know.
Right?
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. And two, remembering the larger framework of the Saturn-Uranus squares that we've been in the midst of. And coming back to this comment, yes, about how lightening the load of the past truth is hard with Earth energy. We've had Uranus in Taurus completely changing our connection to Earth, to stability.
Yeah.
Nothing feels stable. Like luxury and goods have changed, and the way we get them is creating problems. And we've had Saturn squaring from Uranus this whole year, and we have this last square coming Christmas Eve. What a delight. And so, yeah, this has been happening in this larger sort of arena of this Earth energy, really wanting to fall back on what it knows, fall back on what it has trusted this whole time. And Uranus creating this extreme instability while being squared by Saturn, and us being pushed to sort of ride this electric line of like, you don't know what to trust right now. Like the ground doesn't feel stable beneath you. What are you going to choose? It's just like, what am I going to do?
Exactly. That was like all the whole Uranus Saturn squares were like, I don't know.
I don't know. And like so many, you know, every sort of change does create some larger cracks in what we have known to be true. We see like relationships changing, connections to people disintegrating, or like connections to spaces no longer being viable, and all of that being very much a tangible part of thank you. But like being a part of, you know, I'm thinking in the flat chart, like that's Taurus to Gemini, second to third house, that like everything I trust is what I'm talking to you about. So like everything I have come to experience tangibly in an Earth way is what I'm entering this conversation with. These beliefs are founded upon Earth. And so our beliefs are being radically evolved. And Gemini, just next to Taurus, unseen, is like, what are we talking about now? What do we talk about? How do we talk about that? So yeah, how are we deciding where we're
I'm ready for Jupiter to go into Pisces. I've gotten everything I can get out of the Aquarian. My Aquarian Jupiter returned, trine Sun, and now I just need it to go into my 8th house. Go light up my 8th house, Jupiter.
It's been a time. Thanks, Jupiter. Like, thank you for all of these things that we've been, you know, you've been so diligent under Saturn, just like really pushing us to grow socially and to like expand what we believe in for us in the future. Okay, can we have some relief now, please? I need to dream now. Okay, my mind is exhausted. All this anxiety
I
is trapped
know.
in my body.
It's so true. I just need to get into some art. I just need to get into some feeling of connectivity and spirituality. I just need to get into, I need to stop like this constant focus of where am I going? What am I doing? When is this going to be this? Okay, when I do that, it's going to be that. It's like, listen, it's going to do what it's going to do and it's going to be what it's going to be. And I just need, I just need a sage in my brain, you know, like I need like a serious, I admitted that I was burnt out recently, and I didn't really I told you this yesterday. I was like, I didn't realize what burnt out was for me. And it's always saying that something is going to give if I set a definitive goal.
Right.
It will do. I mean, if it ever does happen, it's like right place, right time. But it's not a comment on me and how much I work and how much effort I put in. It's just where I am in life right now. So every time that I think it's like, okay, I'm gonna set that target, I'm gonna make that goal, and it's like, it's not even fulfilling. It's not even fulfilling because I'm not even ready for the goal. I don't have enough energy for this shit. I don't have enough, sorry, I don't. So it's like, so every time I get up to him, I'm like, this is stupid. Why did you do this to yourself? You want to sleep. You want to go paint. You want to go color a coloring book. Like
you do. Like you actually.
Right. You just want to curl up and listen to history on YouTube or on like a podcast. You just want to like let somebody else talk to you about things that are bigger than you. That you know, you can just sort of go into, in the spaces that you can be a part of that you don't have to physically enter into. I don't know if anybody else understands that, but I like it.
No, I love
right
this.
now.
I understand this. You're talking to me. You just lit up something for me that I totally forgot. But shocking. But I just started reading again for like the first time in forever. And like I was
recreationally.
Yeah. Like I felt like, and I've had this voice telling me that like I miss writing. And I was like, what do you mean? And then I was like, yeah, bitch, you don't write anymore. And you know what's funny too is that Chani is always really good at pointing out retrograde cycles. So Chani was like, Venus was last retrograde this time at the end of 2013 into like January 2014. So,
so you can go back and look.
And I have all my journals from my whole life except for I haven't really been journaling.
Oh, I wish I had done that.
But I have this motherfucking journal. And literally this journal, I'm like, where are you? This journal is like, here are all of my writing projects. I am writing. I was working on a script for somebody who then turned out to be a bad person and then like completely screwed me over. So that's fine. I was 26, so it's fine. I was writing a script for somebody. Like I was writing my own things. This was right before I launched a memoir magazine with my friends. Like 2014 was the year that I did that, and so I like looked at this journal and I was like, oh my god, like I miss writing. I was like, that's what I miss. Like, I don't like, and you know, as you were saying, like we do this, I write for work. I write all the time. But I miss like, there's something about like that passion or like that.
Just like getting it out for you.
Like yearning.
It's like
and so I started reading the other day.
Yes.
I was like, I want to read. And then I felt so good. And I was like, this is so nice. I didn't really realize that I hadn't been able to experience that. But you just so that's been a revelation this past week, and you just said that so well. Just highlighting like where there's new space for and how because there is space there are more ideas. It's like we get so locked into our perspective, or we get so locked into, as I'm going to come back to what you said, purpose, because I really think purpose is like a really screwed up word. Like we've merged passion with commerciality and like created purpose.
Yes, we
so
do.
Yes, absolutely. Like I that like we get locked into that perspective or that purpose, and we just feel like there is not any room for anything else. And slowly, like the desire for for more just sort of dies off because there's no more oxygen.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, these sort of cracks, these cracks open, have allowed for space for wanting to read, wanting for new perspectives. Unlike, let's not, like, that the universe claimed bell hooks in this time also feels really poignant, and just like,
yeah,
the openness, like being open, returning to invitation.
I
and
love
like
that.
our stories and how we tell them just feels so real. But
yes,
yeah, so I love that. I do understand that. I absolutely understand what you're saying. I think that's divine. And I think,
get me out of Vanessa. Let me just go into this other.
When we have to, like, back to that idea of earth energy too, we take fire and we decide we have to alchemize it into something earth that is permanent, and we have to be that permanent thing. And that's, we die a little bit when we do that, right? And we become harmful, I think, in that way. When we are not open to newness, we are harmful to others. Like, that's just a fact. And so it's a relief to feel, I don't know, to step out of Vanessa, to step out of Taylor, and to be like, I'm fluid all the time, actually. I don't need to uphold this form.
It's like I'm not necessarily refueled by something I'm passionate about.
Sure.
You know, like, I'm more so refueled.
Still creating.
Right? Like, by dropping my ego and being nobody. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's like, then I can go back in and be a somebody. Yeah. But I'm not, it drains me to always have a projection of me, you know? And it's like, you know, and even if it's projecting it back onto me, saying, you know, talking to me, you know, I'm projecting my ego back to myself and communicating about myself, and even in a critical way, a negative way, you know, an encouraging way. It's so funny, you know, when we meditate, and sometimes you'll have like words of affirmations and encouragement come in, and I have to always remind myself, you're still just thinking. Doesn't matter what you're saying. Doesn't matter. You're still thinking. It's like, and it's just like, wow, it's what really refuels me is to shut up entirely. Like, no comment on me whatsoever. I don't like it when other people comment on me. So, I mean, outside of who know me, right? Or make any kind of judgment that they don't know, right? So it's like, so I would also like a little bit of peace and quiet from Vanessa's perspective. Yeah. Even if I think I'm doing well. What is doing well? Except that I am calm, happy, and feeling sufficient.
Yeah.
Like, other than that.
Ooh, even that, being able to be redefined.
Yeah.
Feels very much on this axis. What is this definition of this? And I think that's so much of the crumbling of the earth too, and those, how we cemented in those ideas and those stories. It's like, actually, by redefining this, I'm breaking out of this. By breaking out of this, I can redefine this. This cycle is bringing me to this place where I'm actually redefining. And again, this time that we're in, the great quit of 2021, we're like, I'm redefining where I need to be. I'm redefining what I'm worth. That feels very Venus retrograde tomorrow. I'm redefining what I see my own value to be. If I am going to be devoted to this, what is it doing for me? I can't. Like, I can't. I actually can't. This is harming my ability to connect with others. This is actually not giving me the resources that I need to survive in the first place. So I can't. I literally can't. Redefining. We have to redefine so many things. And that is why we're not yet at a truth, because we are still changing all the freaking definitions of it.
Yeah.
We went into this saying we weren't going to pull cards because we were sleepy. I wondered, since we talked about the Luna deck, and it is a straight tarot deck, I have this idea, rapid fire, like,
boom, boom. Oh, I like it.
No thinking.
No thinking. Just what does the card mean for the ascendant?
Yeah, and I want you to just like tell us, give us like 3 words, like maybe like what we're redefining, perhaps within the card, or like what new options are available. Does that sound?
I like it. Let's do it. And I also wanted to see the deck, so I'm just excited. Excited to see the deck too.
Yeah. Oh, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. The like Luna edition of the ethereal vision.
Yeah.
I know the other word.
So Gemini rising is first. We're doing Gemini rising.
And then
Moon
we'll
will be in your first house.
Just
Yes.
All right. For Gemini
What are
rising.
we redefining? I like redefining as the opposition. I like that.
I love it. I love that. Because
This is like so cool. This is like trivia, like for me.
Knight of Cups.
Oh, wow. Redefining how you offer your love, how you offer your imagination, redefining what you want to give to other people in terms of love. Like, what do you like to give to others? The Knight of Cups also a lot of times has to do with an artistic career or an artistic pursuit. So you might be reevaluating and redefining what it means to you to be artistic, what it means to you to be creative. And how you want to give that to other people. So maybe you've been trying something for a while and it hasn't given you the same kind of feeling. And now you're like, well, is this what I want to do? And if it is what I want to do I want to go about it a different way, in a way that's more connected to me? That's what I would say. Wrap it.
Awesome. Love it. That's perfect.
Do you have anything?
No, I want you to tell. I mean, it's
okay, cool.
Like, the eclipses were from 1 to 7, so that makes so much sense. How do I connect with other people? How do I show up for you? How do I express myself? What am I sharing? What's the scoop? All right.
What's the scoop?
So
Cancer rising.
Okay. Yes.
12th house.
12th house. All right.
Moon.
What are we redefining?
So we're in the subconscious now.
Wow.
Shut up. Is that the High Priestess?
Yep.
Shut up. Of course Cancer rising in the 12th house moon, the High Priestess. So you're redefining how you sense your intuition. You're redefining what you believe intuition to be. A lot of times you probably have found yourself going along with things for a long period of time because you think your intuition is just picking up on a nice vibration, or someone being kind to you, or somebody demonstrating something of kindness, when really it's been that other underlying feeling of the real vibration, or things being off, things being different, things being, mysterious in a way. So you may have to face your own intuition, which tells you the truth. And that can be a little scary. So you might be redefining how you use your intuition and how much you believe your intuition, how much you listen to your intuition.
I love that. The word that came out for me was trust. Like, how do I trust what I know? And like, what have I learned that I actually know within me?
I love that.
That's
dope. Oh my God, of course.
That's dope. Of course. I love when Tarot's like, you call?
I know. So great. So right. Leo rising,
11th house. You.
11th house.
What are you gonna redefine? What are you redefining?
What are you?
I'm just writing songs for all.
I love it. This is our getting out of our.
Wow.
Is that the hero? Oh, this is the Nine of Cups. Did I tell you that I just randomly found the Nine of Cups under my couch the other day when I was cleaning? It was a miniature 9 of Cups, and I thought I had gotten rid of that deck, and the 9 of Cups that's crazy. That's right really there.
Cute.
Stop the presses.
That's really cute.
I would say we as Leo risings, if this is your hopes and dreams as well, you're redefining what satisfies you. What's content to you? What is it that you're going for, and is it something that's really going to make you happy, or is it just goals? Is it just ambition? So it's like what is it? What makes you feel satisfied? What makes you feel full? And so you're redefining what it is that happiness is to you, and that individual sense of gratitude too. How you experience happiness is gratitude.
Yes. Yeah, I saw it as like what feels good for me to reach toward now. Like moving forward, what am I ready to reach? That is so. I love that.
That's funny. So, a Virgo rising. 10th house moon.
10th house.
The jingle, sing the jingle. I'm insisting that she sings.
What are you reading?
You wait for 2022. We're gonna have 5-minute intros waiting for you guys to come in and harmonizing our.
I'm actually making music for our entire
series. First 5 minutes.
Okay, 10th house.
Wow. Yes.
Dope. That's awesome.
Was it the Chariot? Oh wow. So redefining your decision-making process and saying, That would be, okay, so for a Virgo rising especially, it's deciding that the direction that you want to go is the perfect direction, right? So maybe it's redefining what you believe is perfect, right? Redefine the jingle. Redefining what you see as perfect about your career, about how you're going to leave your legacy behind, and saying, if I choose to go this way, then it will be perfect. Instead of wondering if the direction that you're choosing is like how you're going to make it perfect. It's like, I can make it perfect because I know what I can do. So I think it's redefining the decisions, like the decisions that you're making and how important they are to your future career goals, because it's the 10th house.
Yeah. And yeah, this is like, I'm going. Like,
I'm going.
Where am I going?
Yeah, I'll perfect it on the way.
Yes. I love that.
Yes.
Okay. This is fun. Virgo rising.
Libra
rising.
Ninth house.
We know things. Our powers combined. We have one functional Gemini mind.
Oh my God. It's like a super brain happening.
With our powers combined, our combust Mercuries can be one functional Mercury. There we go. All right, so 9th house. What are we redefining?
Oh my God. See? It's evolving in front of your eyes, everyone. It's evolving.
The King of Swords.
Oh, wow.
That's
see, I'm not an air sign, right? That's, oh, wow. Okay. So you're redefining control. 9th house is, expansion, broadcasting, overseas travel. So redefining, I guess, how you see what you believe you've mastered, what you believe you know. Yeah. And there's always something else to know. So it might be allowing yourself to be more curious and redefining scholastic mastery, redefining what you think you should have full control over. That's cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And I had a vision too of like, I'm redefining how it is I master my mind. Like how it is I come to a place. Like I am opening to how the openness my mind needs.
The limits that I give my mind.
I love that. Yes, absolutely. Beautiful.
Nice. And being a sword, that's good for air.
Yeah. All right. So then we are on Scorpio rising, and we're looking at the
Scorpio rising.
Yeah.
God's secrets.
What mysteries are you redefining?
See, maybe I'm gonna interpretive dance while you interpretive sing.
I love that. See, we're just meant to be together. Just dynamic duo. All right, 8th house.
Yes.
Interesting. The 6 of Swords.
I mean, did we think that it wasn't going to be some sword in the 8th house? Come on, like
for Scorpio too. Like,
right? No, Scorpio.
What are you redefining?
Right?
Oh,
I mean, redefining, moving on. That's interesting for a Scorpio. Redefining, right? Yeah. Redefining, like letting things go, that like bygones be bygones, and what it is about you, like, because isn't the 8th house is that like, I don't want anyone to see this about me. I don't want anyone, it's letting things go and saying that things happen. It's letting go of that trauma and trying to move into a more peaceful place. So redefining who you are, maybe based on trauma or based on negative events. A lot, that's a big Scorpio thing, is staying really fixed on what's happened to you. So it's redefining the things that you keep from people, the secrets. Is it really a secret, or is it something that you just think other people are going to judge you for, and maybe everybody in the room would be like, yeah, so me too. Like, is it really a secret? What a question for Scorpio. Is it really a secret?
I love that. And you said, as soon as you said, fixed, like I was thinking about Gemini being an 8th house for a Scorpio, and like, how do I embrace this mutable energy? Like, but also, that's what I'm here for, is to transform.
Exactly. I think Scorpio, you will be accepted more so than you think. So don't worry.
You're gonna be okay.
We'll be all right. Move on.
Okay. So then we have the 7th house, and we're looking at
Sagittarius
rising friends.
Yes.
What are you? What are you? What are you redefining? the Seven of Cups.
Oh,
Wow.
interesting. That's a lot of options, and that's very Sagittarian, right? So maybe redefining the way things are, like how you see things playing out. Maybe there's that level of anxiety that Gemini experiences from the seventh house of, you know, oh, what, it could be this, it could be that, it could be this, it could be that. And maybe that Sagittarius experience of, well, I can handle it no matter what it is, you know? So looking at options as things that you can handle, not just things that happen to you.
Yeah.
That might be a good Gem, especially since Gemini can get so nervous.
Absolutely. And I was reading through the booklet for these yesterday, and about this one in particular, the author talks about how we don't always make the right choices based on like the mask that we're wearing. And so we sometimes have to kind of take off our mask to know what we're actually looking at, or like what's being, especially in this case, the seventh house, what's being reflected back to us.
Yes.
So if there's this uncertainty about who's in this space or like what choice, then this is kind of like this, oh, I have pulled off the mask from the South Node in my first house, and now I'm seeing more clearly like what my options are in front of me, and then what my choices are from there. I love that.
I love that. That's awesome.
Dope. Lauren, we need you to write these songs. Yes, 1000%.
I love
I hope you're recording these.
I want you to play it back in different keys. Different. I need copies so that I can
remixes.
Also participate in my interpretive dance.
Yeah. So. Capricorn rising. Looking at the 6th house. Yes. Yes, you are. It's my turn. I'm sleepy. I'm very curious to see what it is that I can release and redefine. I really just like Mariah'd that one for no reason.
You did? Almost Christina up in here.
And I included a new word, releasing. I better be releasing something. I'm ready. Oh, fascinating. Two of
Strength. The 2 of Cups.
Yeah.
Very interesting. So you're maybe redefining what you're comfortable with. Redefining how you, redefining what harmonization is, what a positive relationship is. Maybe this is a redefinition of, like maybe you had an idea of what you thought it should be, and now you're redefining it so that it more so matches maybe a reality, or more so matches like what you're feeling rather than what you're thinking.
Yeah.
Because that's the Gemini house.
Absolutely. And I got to like, since we're talking about the moon, and the moon would rule Cancer and the 7th house for a Capricorn rising, there's also something here about like what in my 6th house of like time and self am I redefining so that I'm connecting with people in my 7th house in a new way.
Yes.
Like, open to new emotion. I'm like, what needs my attention here? What am I redefining for myself and my own, this sort of work house or space, and like how that then impacts what I show other people.
I love that. Yes, exactly. I love that. Yes, the yin and the yang. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Both what you want to receive and both what you have to give.
I love it. I love it.
I love it. Aquarius rising.
5th house. What are you gonna redefine? Now it feels like
we both have to respond to each other. That's why we're a dynamic duo. We cannot just let the other perform. We will both be in sync.
We're both just activating each other's 8th houses, and we're just like,
so true.
What? Okay.
You're seeing all of our goofy secrets, basically.
It's true. This is what happens.
She has only goofy secrets. Leo, 8th house, is that I'm a goofball, and that's my secret.
What happens when I don't get sleep?
I'm supposed to be brooding and serious.
King of Pentacles.
Lucky. So, okay. That's another, look at that, another trine. King of Pentacles. And we had King of Swords as the other trine from Gemini to Libra. So that's super interesting. Right. Yes, King. Okay, so it's redefining, it's redefining wealth, but what I think is redefining what it means to be wealthy. So you may have had a fear, or either maybe a fear of being wealthy, because what does that mean? You know, am I just one part of this bourgeoisie crowd? Do I really need all of that? And it's like, no. What does that do for the rest of your life? Can you give away to charities? Can you build a greater thing because you are gaining your own wealth? You know, so it's maybe redefining how you see that fountain of wealth, or what Midas touch really means to you. You know, it's like,
absolutely.
like you can be humanitarian and be a rich person, and you know, you can be all of these things. Yeah.
Right. Redefining wealth, redefining how I distribute that, who I give
Yes.
it to, what that looks like for me, and how that makes me feel. I love it.
Exactly.
I love that. That's very Saturn. That's very Aquarius rising.
Right?
I master this.
Exactly. I mastered the air and the earth. I'm both air and I'm fixed.
Right. Yes. Absolutely.
Yes.
All right.
Pisces rising.
Lauren, it's your turn. And then we are looking at the fourth house. Fourth house. Deep inside. Oh my God.
It is though.
What are you gonna redefine? The Page of Pentacles.
Oh wow. So that's redefining what you put your focus into, redefining what's valuable to you, redefining realizing the time as well. I love that. Yes. So but yes. So it's what am I going to focus on? What's valuable to me? What's important to me? What is it? If I go down this path, is it a path that I feel will ripple out into my future in positive ways? Is this something that can bring back value to me? And so is it something that makes my life valuable and important to me? Right? It's like it kind of rings to wanting to put your best foot forward and be an example of what value really is, and what importance really is.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is home. This is I'm responsible for the stories that come forth from my life and those whom I share it with. So what calls me to build, and how do I show that?
How do I enact real monetary exchange in here that's an example for others? I love that.
Yeah. That's really sweet.
So then we have Aries rising.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Third house.
Third house.
Third house. Third house.
See, that feels like Aries.
Ooh, like literally redefining. I really felt that Aries energy kick in.
The head too,
this is
right?
like the literal redefining. What are we redefining? What are we redefining? That was for you, Aries.
It's like the 1990s sitcom opening, like a teenage, like Nickelodeon opening.
I look it also.
Redefining Slime Time Love.
I look like I could have.
I love it. I love your Tim Burton, Helena Bonham Carter shirt. And I love your braids. It's like so amazing.
Oh my God. All right, Aries, what you got? More swords.
Knight of Swords. Wait, what is that? The Knight of Swords?
Yeah.
So, redefining discrimination, or redefining, where you put your foot down, and how you tell people the truth, and how you attack, right?
Yes.
Redefining how you communicate, when someone's wrong, right? Or maybe redefining what listening is. Maybe this is like, okay, I'm approaching this and I feel that you're wrong, but I'm going to have an exchange of words with you so that we can have an open conversation, since it's also sextile. So it's like, I know that I need to talk. I know that I need to communicate, but I'm also going to allow you to communicate. I'm going to shut you down if I see that you're doing, you're mismatching or not, communicating the truth. However, I'm going to have this dialogue with you. So really redefining that rage behind it, rather than like really getting aggressive with it. It's like, I'm here to communicate about it.
Absolutely. Yeah. How am I going to move forth with what I think? And also, like, how do I think? What grabs my attention and like calls me to think? And then like,
exactly.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well,
and then
we are creeping
Taurus.
Yeah, Taurus rising.
This is our last one. Taurus rising, second house.
We're at the second house. All righty. What are we redefining for you?
in your
What are
mindset.
we redefining? What are we redefining? What are we redefining?
Yes.
That's because you have Uranus in your first house.
You're awesome.
You got that. You got that escalation there.
Yes.
The Magician.
Oh my, well, you lucky dog.
Bitch, I make magic.
Redefining your resources. Redefining being able to work with your resources.
Yeah.
So this is saying, maybe for a while you've been saying, I can't do anything with what I have. So now you're redefining, you know, how you're using what you have.
Yeah.
You could have opened your mind up to the fact that you do want this, or you want to experience something. And so in order to get it, you have to work with what you got.
Yeah.
So it's getting that value, being that Taurus rising of like, where can I find my value? It's going to be in the things that are right in front of you.
Absolutely. Yeah. The word tool really stuck out in my mind.
Yes.
And like redefining even like what tools are needed for what I'm trying to do that I probably already have. I have been locked into place with some idea of what tools I had to have, and I was convinced that I didn't have them. And actually,
this
the
is a
Magician
comparison
has all
issue.
the tools. Like,
yeah,
has everything. So if I imagine that I have everything, then I could redefine, as you said, my resources and like how I'm getting where I need to go. I love that.
Yeah, because
I love it.
Yeah, that issue of comparison of, well, they have this, so that's why they're here, and they have that, so that's why they're there, and they, you know, it's kind of like deflecting the fact that you want to go somewhere, and so you're just looking at everybody else there and saying, well, they're there because, you know, they have the resources, and there's plenty of people that have what you want that have less than what you have.
Absolutely.
You know,
that is so important to remember.
Yeah.
It's an illusion.
Yeah.
It's an illusion.
Yeah.
There are so many things.
If you want it, if you don't want it, or if it's something that's not, you know, possible in your life at this exact moment, then it's also redefining the idea that you don't have anything at all.
Absolutely.
There are always things in front of you. You're always engaging with life. You're always a part of life.
That comparison trap. Absolutely. And that might be stunning for a Taurus rising who has Uranus in the first right now.
Oh.
It's feeling like, what do I have? I feel very chaotic. And what am I?
Talk about
that.
That's actually really fair. It's like, I mean, but the Magician is ruled by Mercury, which goes back to the moon in Gemini.
Ah, indeed.
Right? So Taurus gets blocked and stopped, where this opposition may be, what if I don't want to be blocked and stopped? Like, what if I just want to engage? What if it's just me? But what if I can't, you know, create what I want to create? Why can't I just sit here and enjoy what I have until it's time to expand more and just get used to it? That's Gemini. Just get used to it. Get used to what you do and just get adaptable with what you do. Adaptability.
What is here?
Adaptability.
Here's what is here.
Absolutely. What a rapid fire.
That was awesome.
That was so good.
That was great.
That was so good.
The Luna deck, for anyone who's curious.
Yes.
Yay. What a fun time. Thank y'all for tuning in. This was such a delight. Such great conversation in here today.
Oh my God, so good.
Y'all are the best. I love when we all just hang out. Enjoy this full moon tonight. It is like tonight. So we are really just ramping up to it all day. Rest, drink lots of water. I need to drink some water.
That's what I'm about to go do. Drink a lot of water.
Tap on the bell. We do this every moon. We'll be doing some new things.
We'll be doing some new things next year.
A little bit in the new.
Yes, you guys are gonna really like that. Please press the bell because you're really going to enjoy next year's awesome offerings.
Everyone have a great holiday or holidays. Enjoy this full moon free of eclipses.
I'm gonna go take a nap.
Yes, it's nap time. It's nap time.
I need to go drink a lot of water and take a nap.
And a nap. Yeah. Gonna drink this water now. Okay. Yay. Take it easy. See you all in a couple weeks.
Happy holidays.